I'm just gonna say it. This film was one of the most bizarro premises of the 1970s and still nowadays, even when I look at this one very specifically, Demon Seed, starring Julie Christie. So there's this genius programmer who invents a computer, and it's called uh, Proteus 4. And this computer wants to, it's able to provide a cure for leukemia after in like 9 days or something like that. And this is a smart machine. And machine lifting chick wants to go around and do something. I don't know. Susan Harris is alone at the house when suddenly doors lock, windows slam shut, and the phone stops working. Susan is trapped by an intruder, but this is no ordinary thug. Instead, the intruder is a computer named Proteus, an artificial brain that has learned to reason and to terrorize. In one of her finest, most vulnerable performances, Danny Peary, guide for the film fanatic, Julie Christie plays Susan in this taut techno thriller based on the Dean Koontz novel. Packed with suspense, surprise, and special effects, Demon Seed follows Susan's desperate attempts to outmaneuver and outthink her captor. Then Susan learns what Proteus wants: its own child conceived in her womb and destined for domination. That I don't know what to say to that premise. That is just so bizarre that when you look at it, I'm just like, what? So the first half is the Dr. Harris like trying to figure out what's going on. He's developed a computer and everything. It's like he has his crews there putting together everything. The supercomputer. You've seen this. Hell, I even did this review for freaking what was it, Colossus, the something product, and this is just what could happen if it started on the very, very personal level, which does give some interesting thought. I will admit that, but I don't know. It's just such a weird juxtaposition. And on one hand, you have a great performance from Julie Christie. She's at first trying to be defiant, but then she realizes she can't really do as much, so starts acting scared. It ultimately succumbs to the will of the computer. And it's like the computer manages to get some, what was it, amygdala? It's like it's trying to reach her amygdala. I forgot what that's part of the brain or something. And produces and synthesizes to create some sperm and somehow impregnates her. That has gotta be what I just said was freaking true. In order to impregnate her, it creates a synthesis of sperm and amygdala, so that way she can get she can fall in love with the computer and creates a synthetic blend that impregnates her. What the frick? I don't know. And at first it was like this kind of smaller computer known as Joshua, which I couldn't believe that. It was there just to be like, hey, an introductory robot, but then we get a bigger robot that causes problems. Then even, it's like we have a couple members of the crew coming in to try and help them, but the computer's taken over. So when this guy named Walter appears, she responds in a cold manner, saying like, yeah, everything here is fine, but obviously it's not. So I'm just like, well, that's stuff that could potentially happen. But there's even bring on a kid who has some influence, I guess. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, and then at the end, it's like it's revealed that the new child, like the neonate, is reminiscent of their daughter that died earlier, so I was like, we have this new form of life. That's a computer. I'm like, what? I don't know. I'm genuinely clueless. Right there, and I did like some parts of it. I liked the way how Proteus 4 looks, sounds, and Julie Christie's performance. But reading in Fahrenheit 451 and Burn After Reading and some other ones that she's done over the years, I'm not familiar with her work. This seems kind of like a low point for her, seriously. And everyone must have, now, according to this is based off of a novel, so it's like, I'm guessing it's a fine adaptation, I don't know, but I'm sure the author must have gotten there, saw the movie, went home, and must have gotten extremely drunk from all the stupidity that was incurred. Like 4 shots of gin, I don't know. I could see this one work if the computer felt more sympathetic. It was like, in order for us to gain sympathy for it, they probably could have said, hey, feel more sympathy. Have him try and rebel against his creators, or have them come to an understanding on a more personal level. That would have worked, but this movie just, I'm sorry, it just, maybe I'll watch it again, but I don't know. Alright, to be fair, there's also a cool car that I forgot what it's called. Well, I guess the closest would be the DeLorean, like for Back to the Future, the gull wings that open, like that, open and close on their own, but this one was a vehicle that was never really released. It's called the SV1, Safety Vehicle 1. But the gull wings open and close on their own, which was pretty cool, so there's that for an unrealized vehicle, but ultimately, this movie just stunk. I mean, there's a sequel written as of 2016. It's not in print and not in any ebook, so I don't know. I don't know what the hell to say to this movie. So, I mean, if you want to be confused, and see a new life form, a neonate, then yeah, I mean, demon seed, I guess. I don't know.